Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki Nasto and I am the resident graceful warrior of this channel. If you like what you see and you want to check out other videos here, please like and subscribe, but I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to provide some sort of timestamp or whatever because I know if you were like me when I lost my Facebook, I wanted people to get right to the point. However, in order to get to the point, kind of have to tell the story of how it happened, just so also it can aid in awareness for how some type of hackers are getting into people's accounts. This was a particular way of how a person took over, or a hacker took over my account. Not only did the hacker get my Facebook, but it got both of my Instagrams and my WhatsApp too. But this is more about how to retrieve your Facebook back and how I got my Facebook back. We'll talk a little bit of how to get the other accounts back, but it's actually a lot easier than the Facebook one. If you're like me again, and it's happened to you, and I hope it hasn't, or if you're just looking at this for a loved one or a friend, be sure to pass on this information to them because it's still time consuming, but it worked. And also too, I'm going to be posting somewhere around here, uh, these names. You might see these names in my comments, or this thing come up in my comments, and it's not like a particular thing that usually comes up in my comments. I'm just saying because it seems like any person that makes a video about like getting an account hacked and getting them back, these people seem to come on and they're like scammers too. So don't respond to anybody in the comments that says, oh, I can do this, this recovery, whatever. Do not. You're going to just get rehacked, rescammed. Just as best as you can follow this advice. How it happened. So I was wishing somebody a happy birthday, and I went to their messenger because their Facebook feed or their Facebook page, I couldn't write on their page. So I went into their messenger, and it happened to be late at night. I had just got done teaching ballet all day, and I was at the gym earlier before that working. It was like 10 p.m. I just wanted to eat and wish this person a happy birthday. So I wrote them a happy birthday on Messenger. They promptly responded back to me and said, it should have dawned on me there, but again, I wasn't in the right mind frame. Promptly said, hey, you check out my new online store or something to that effect. And to be polite, because it was their birthday and I actually really didn't feel like it, and, but it was their birthday, and I was like, sure. And then it was this, oh, I'm going to send a link over to your Instagram. And do you see it on your Instagram? And no. And then like, oh, wait, we're going to go through WhatsApp. And do you see a code come through on WhatsApp? And I said, yes. What's the code? And next thing I knew, bam, my WhatsApp was gone. And I was so focused on what's happening to my WhatsApp, it didn't quickly dawn on me, like, I'm like hacked on Facebook, gonna get hacked on Facebook too. So I immediately run back to the Facebook and like take screenshots of the message, thankfully, because just after I did that, my Facebook was gone and hacked. And then they got one Instagram, and I'll explain later how they got the other Instagram. See, and another way that they got me too, actually, it happened to be, even though this person is acquaintance of mine, they didn't have my phone number. So them asking for my phone number to get my WhatsApp wasn't unusual to me because we didn't have either number. So just be aware of that too. To get the Facebook back, I'll get right into it. First off, I tried everything. Everything, any source or anything that I researched. Basically, people said it's impossible. The only thing I had heard was that this one woman got it back, like, because she went to the news and they had to do a whole news story, and Facebook like gave it back to her finally, like 4 months later. Some people are like, I lost 125,000 followers and my business was depending on that, and they couldn't get back. And basically, people are just saying with Facebook, when it came to Facebook, it's a lost cause because they take you around in circles, and they they'll say, can we have your ID? And my ID, unfortunately, another thing too, make sure your ID matches your name. So my name is Nikki Nasto, but my forms of identification are Nicole Nasto because that's my legal name. Nikki isn't a nickname, but you can't get a human being to talk to because their support is non-existent. There is not a phone number to call, nothing. They'll take you around in circles. I kept getting these emails. No, that's not you. But finally, friends complained because like these hackers were putting through like this crypto stuff on my page and saying, putting a screenshot of me and my daughter, like a picture that they took and putting it on their phone, and like having like a notification coming through, like saying that I or they just got $100,000 dropped into their account from crypto. God, it was crazy. Oh, and I felt really violated by that too, and just them being in there, and they scrubbed. They instantly also. That was another reason why it was difficult to get back because of the two-factor authentication. They got on and they switched all of my codes and everything immediately, and there was no trace of me ever really having that account, like even the original email that the account was tied to. So people say contact the surgeon general. I mean, the surgeon general. Contact the attorney general. I contacted some kind of cyber national security, and they're like, no, we can't do anything for you. I did write the attorney general. That's just a dead end. And then I went to, and then the cybersecurity, or not cybersecurity, national security said go to the state police. So I did actually march my little tush over there to the state police, and they're like, oh, sorry, we can't do anything for you in our cyber division unless money was taken from you. Luckily, nothing was taken, but I said, well, but they're scamming like everybody I know, or they're trying to, and they're going to try to steal money from them, but it was all dead ends. Ultimately, I kind of found in like a Reddit post, and it gave me a theory. I'm like, okay, maybe it was like you had to really dig, and I was digging. Trust me. And so somebody mentioned maybe getting a Meta account. The only problem is now at this point in time, I do have my Instagrams back. And the only way I could get Meta is through Instagram. And even though that Instagram and Facebook are both Meta, they operate their recovery system completely different. I mean, first, you can't speak to a human for either one of them, but Instagram makes it a lot easier because they will do like a face recognition thing where Facebook keeps asking for an ID, and that's just a circular, it's just a circular nightmare. So finally, then like they weren't even responding from my original like email account. So I decided to just take a chance and get Meta verified on my Instagram. And I wrote to Meta, and this was the only chance of possibly getting a human being to speak to through their live support. But it's all through text threads, or in their like messenger, like a special messenger that you have if you are Meta verified. I explained that once upon a time, and it was true, that this Instagram account was connected to my Facebook, and that my Facebook was hacked. And somebody they're like, okay, we'll get on it. And I was like, oh my god, I felt so relieved. But they're like, okay, send us all of your evidence. So I sent them everything, and then hours would go by, and that person would leave, and then all of a sudden there was an automated message, and then another person would get on and ask me to go through the whole thing again. So I repeated myself like 20,000 times. But finally, and this is like 2 months later, finally, I did get through to someone. So around and around in circles, and finally, so this just took a lot of patience and persistence and talking to a lot of different people. I did discover that it was actually humans after all. At some point, some of it was automated, but I get Larry, I get Sally, I get Sarah, I get, and always have to repeat myself again. And finally, I did lose my temper and had some choice words, and it's not a proud moment. But then finally, one magical day, they gave it back. And I was able to get on. I was able to scrub everything of that hacker that was on my account. Ultimately, they're like, you have to give us a brand new email address. So I had a new email address because I just got a new job, and so I actually had to use my work email, but it worked, and I got it back. So if you lost your Facebook, get Meta certified. You know what? Maybe get the subscription, and when you get your Facebook back, cancel the subscription. I think it's a little bit over $20 a month, something like that. Or maybe just keep it because it might be worth it, especially if your businesses and stuff like that depend on it. But you will get to talk to a human being, or a lot of them. You will have to be patient because you're going to have to repeat yourself a lot. You just have to stay really, really on top of it. And I got it back, so I believe that you can get it back too. So I hope that this offered you some sort of comfort, and that you'll just get right to it and get Meta verified. That's unfortunate. I feel like they really want us to just pay for it, for like that ultimate protection. And it worked getting Meta verified through Instagram because it's the same company. Oh, and also too, finally with all this, because I had explained to them over and over again, I can't use my ID. Nicole, I'm Nicole Nasto. Nikki is a nickname for Nicole. A lot of redundance, but then they finally did a face recognition. I actually said, I'm like, can't you just do a face recognition with me for Facebook? And they finally did do a face recognition too, which granted me on as well. Um, I don't know if they're doing anything about those hackers. I know that my friend that was hacked as well, that I got hacked off of her, all of a sudden, like 3 days after mine, and she didn't do any of this. She's a little bit older. She didn't do any of this. But like I was sharing the messages, and like it was definitely the same person. So I think they investigated a little bit more, and they're giving her Facebook account back too. So, be a cyber vigilante, or I'll be a cyber vigilante. I mean, I'm not great with technology, but if I could do it, you can do it. Don't pay for anything other than, like any outside source of like, I'll get you hacker code, whatever. Just pay for Meta, cancel it if you get it back or keep it. Yeah, with the Instagrams and the WhatsApp, I can't remember, like, it was such a cluster or whatever. But you can get your WhatsApp back fairly easy. I can't go into it. Like the most detail I can go into is the Facebook whole thing. And Instagrams, even though it's Meta, like I think they had asked for my ID, it got denied, but then they instantly did the face recognition, and I was able to get on and scrub my accounts and all that stuff. But it was the Facebook. So good luck. If you have any questions, feel free to write me in the comments, and check out my channel. It's all about living healthy and being creative. I'm more of like a mover, but I will be testing out things. I do a lot of like movements and exercises, and mobility, and for people to kind of learn what it's like to move like a dancer. I have a dance background, I have a fitness background, but I also do some talking head types of videos like this too, where I kind of review products like that live in the wellness and holistic realm. And there'll be other things that I'll be doing too. So, and anytime like I run into some kind of problem and I feel I found a solution and I can help people out, I'm definitely going to be posting that on this channel too. So good luck to you if you were frantically searching for an answer to how to get your Facebook back. And I wish you the best, and just be patient, and you will get your Facebook back. Take care.